All right, guys, another watch from Batavi. And before I get into the watch, I want to show the packaging because it's actually pretty slick. It's for a micro brand and a Kickstarter launch. The box is pretty sweet. Hopefully it comes in this packaging because it's in this cushion case, and then you lift this out, and then in the bottom of the box there'll be a screwdriver. These links, because it's an integrated case bracelet design, so you have these extra links so that way you can fit on 20mm straps, which it also comes with. At least this one did. This is a prototype, so I'm not 100% sure. You'll have to stay tuned. Click the link in the description for complete details. The launch should be early April, and pricing on it. The owner Ogar said it was going to be €349, I think, landed, which roughly, as today's exchange rate, should be about $416 US. So, all right, let's get into the watch. So obviously you can see that it's a fully brushed and then integrated bracelet design. For us bracelet guys, we absolutely love the way these integrated bracelets wear, or speaking for myself, I guess I shouldn't speak for other people. Case size 39mm. The lug to lug is a 47mm. I measure 11.2 thick. It's actually a little bit less than that because it is a double dome sapphire crystal, so it actually kind of domes up a little bit, even though it is a low profile dome. So it's going to feel a little bit thinner. Not that 11.2 is thick, it's already thin. So about 27mm here, because I can't really measure a lug width, and then it tapers down dramatically to 18. You have a butterfly clasp, very easy to operate. You have really nicely done hardware on this guy. You can see the links are undercut on the bottom to add that articulation, and they're all individual. So it is going to feel comfortable on wrist. There are some sharp edges, but because it's articulating nicely, you don't really feel that. The screw links, I did pull one link out to get it to size for my wrist. And the hardware, the screws, the threading on it and everything are just spectacular. They did a really good job on that. 5.5mm screw down crown, signed, 100-meter water resist. And for the movement, they're using a Miyota 9039, no date movement. There's going to be as of now, there's going to be three different colorways. There's this one, which is a blue dial. They're calling it the blue steel. There's actually a wood dial, like really wood dial. And then there's an actual copper dial. So if you click the link in the description, you'll be able to see those other two colorways, but this is the one was sent over. They're in Amsterdam, so it's in Netherlands. Some of the manufacturing is in Netherlands. I'm not really sure what part of the manufacturing is in that area. The rest of the watch, or probably the majority of the watch, is produced in Hong Kong, so which most watches are. Also, there are the no tool required quick release spring bars, so you can transfer over to this style, and I'll show that towards the end. There should be some loom, but what I want to focus on before we show the loom, those applied indices, there is no loom on those. And hopefully I can catch it for you, but because this is a first for me. First of all, the 12, 3, 6, and 9 indices are awesome because it's brushed metal, and then there's like a divot down towards the inner part with a nice polished, so it catches the light. The other ones that are just circles have a polished outer edge and then a brushed on top, so it also plays with the light much like the bracelet does. The other thing I noticed on those applied indices is all the brushing is directed towards the center of the dial, so they're not just placed on the dial, they're intentionally placed with purpose so that the brushing marks go all towards the center of the dial, and they're all like placed perfectly. You can follow those lines and they all direct right towards the center hand stack, which is a nice polished hand stack with a very small strip of loom. And then on the dial, you can see on the chapter, there's going to be little loom plots there. So when we do the loom shot, don't expect phenomenal loom, but it is there. This particular model is called the Architect. And at first, when I opened it up and I looked at it, I thought maybe that font down there in cursive maybe said automatic, because that's traditionally what we see. But it is actually the model of the watch, and it is Architect. So very clean, done font on the dial. And there's a closer look at the case back with a screw down case back displayed, showing you the 9039 with some other information on that as well. All right, let's pop this guy on wrist. We'll do a strap change, and then we will take a look at the loom, which, like I said, it's not going to be amazing, guys, but there is some loom there. I think, honestly, with the way this one was done, I would have been fine with no loom. They could have probably just done no loom. And I think for the style of watch and with those really cool applied indices, that would have been totally fine with me. So here it is on my 7 1/4 inch wrist. But when you do fully brushed individual links like this, check how it plays with the light. You don't even need any polishing, because the light play off all that strong brushing and all those flat surfaces is like mesmerizing. So I was trying not to go too fast there, but that's just fun. And you know what? It's weird. I'm starting to warm up to butterfly clasp. I think I just have to size them so that they are loose on my wrist, and I usually do okay. So that was pretty easy to do. And here it is with the supplied links with the strap. And another reason why the screwdriver is there, because it's not spring bars for this extra hardware. It's actually a one-piece long screw pin that goes in there. So let's pop this on wrist now with the strap, which, like I said, and this strap is kind of short. So, but you could use a 20mm strap and you could switch it up, do whatever you want, but there it is on the strap versus the bracelet. So I personally like it more on the bracelet, but I figured I would show it either way. All right, let's kill the lights and see how much of the loom we can, you know what, I'm going to cheat a little bit too and give it a little blast. It's not, guys, I haven't looked at it, but I'm not expecting much. So, you know what? It's brighter than I thought it was going to be. Now, I did cheat and I gave it a little blast, but that shows up better than I thought it would. A little dim on the 12 marker up there, but the rest of it's pretty consistent. So, not bad for not having any, or having low expectations. I'm pleasantly surprised. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next vid.